Daniel, is that you? Beat the Chiefs. Show me. If the Broncos and Russell Wilson can show me that they can beat the Chiefs, then I will start believing.
And the crowd up. And so are this defense, and Kansas City won't snap the ball again. The Denver Broncos have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs.
Dave Montgomery on the Lions. Former Bear, gonna make this his revenge game for sure. David Montgomery gets the touchdown that ices the game. No! And there's a flag. There's flag. There's flag. There's flag. There's flag. Snap. Hold. Kick.
Denver wins! Denver wins! Let's go!
They open. No!
What happened? Oh, What is going on? Welcome to the Only Football Podcast. My name is Kyle. Patriots starting with the football today. They're going to hand it off on first down, and it's going to be a gain of 0. This is going to be definitely expected. Real quick, we got Lil E in the chat. What is up? I see Liam in here as well, LP, and Angel. Everybody tuning in, and on the first play of the game, there is TJ Watt down. Hold on one second. What happened to TJ Watt? All right, TJ Watt got kneed in the face by the running back on accident. But he goes to the sideline, and the Steelers right now without their best defensive player. Second down, 2nd and 10. Zappy caught. That's Zeke, and Zeke picks up 12 to 13 yards, so good first play. How will Zappy do today? Are the Steelers any good, or will they continue to get lucky and win these type of games against these type of teams? The Patriots on the road, this is going to be a really big game for the Steelers. If they lose this game, I think that they're going to find themselves out of the playoffs. TJ Watt still on the sideline, and we'll keep you updated with that. Zappy throwing it here on first down, taking a shot deep. Oh my goodness, he caught it. Juju Smith with an insane catch right out of the gate. Are you kidding me? What a catch. It looks like Curse, number 23. He caught it using his back. That is a contested grab. That is a very, very good grab. All right, so now Zeke will run it again. This time he will get nowhere. Gain of 0 on the play. Wow, what a grab. Quarterback for the Steelers is going to be Mitch Trubisky today. And we'll see if that's good enough to get past Zappy out here throwing the ball deep, 10 yards away from the red zone. Zappy looking, finally just throws the football away, and it'll be 3rd and 9. I'm hoping that the Steelers offensively can get going today. Zappy coming out here and throwing the football, sending a message to this Steelers defense, and TJ Watt back out onto the field. All right, Zappy looking to throw, steps up into the pocket. Now he's going to run for it, and he picks up 13 yards on the scramble. All right. Patriots out to a good start to this drive. The over-under was only 30 points. And looks like with this first drive that may be happening. All right, under center is Zappy. Zappy hands it off to Zeke and picks up 2 to 3. Couple yard gain there. Zeke's going to get a heavy dose of running today with Ramondre Stevenson out. And Zeke, he's got an opportunity on national TV to showcase his skills that Dallas parted from him because they didn't think he was worth the money. Let's see if he has himself a game tonight. Shotgun, Zappy, 2nd and 7, throws it to Elliott. Elliott runs it in, touchdown. And Zeke comes out here on the opening drive and Zappy, and they drive down and get a touchdown. I'm just Zappy to be here, a sign says in the end zone. So here we go. Couple great plays to start this drive, and Ezekiel Elliott gets in. Did you guys start Zeke in your fantasy leagues? You're like, no. Did you? So that was a pretty quick touchdown. A pretty quick touchdown for the Patriots, and now the Steelers will have an opportunity to answer. Mitch Trubisky taking the start today. Rick and Mitch Trubisky, they go way back to his Chicago days. They're saying he'll only throw 180 yards today. They're saying Zappy will only throw 160 yards. He's got 60 yards on that first drive. So glad that it took the over on that one. I'm just hoping the Steelers offense can answer. I think this would be a really fun game to shock the world. You know, we were expecting maybe a 10 to 13 game. The Patriots coming off a shutout loss, 0 to 6, losing to the Chargers. This would be the exact opposite of what we're all expecting, and it'll be a lot of fun to see. George Pickens and Deontay Johnson. Not sure which one of them is going to have the bigger game today. I'm leaning towards Deontay Johnson. And then Jalen Warren and Najee Harris. We read it last night with the Chives, and Maurice Jones-Drew says that the Steelers have the second best dual threat backfield in the league. So I hope both of them get in the end zone today. And what a catch by Juju is right. We hit some of these comments. He was double covered. LP, I was pulling for a 0-0 tie. Why would you ever pull for that? Oh my God. It sounds like the most boring football game I could imagine. All right. Commercial break's over. And we will see the Steelers come out onto the field. And LP said, anyone else see the ESPN article about the Pats timeline since Brady left? I did not. And the return goes out all the way to the 30-yard line. All right, here comes Mitch Trubisky. The one, the only Mitchell Trubisky. All right. You know, when you're a quarterback like Mitch, you only have a few more opportunities to prove yourself. He's going to get one tonight. Let's see if he makes the most of it. 1st and 10. And a fake handoff. Mitch looking to throw. He's got time. Now he's going to run, and he picks up 10, 11, 12, 13 yards right off the bat. Mitch, he looked fast. He looked like he had some wheels on him. Good offensive line, great protection, 1st down, and let's see. What if we get a shootout? It would be very surprising. 10:30 left in the first, and he'll hand it off here. Najee Harris picks up 2 or 3. All right, 2nd and 9 coming up. So he only got 1 yard on that game. All right, Mitch, shotgun, hands it off. Najee, still pushing the pile. They pick up 4 or 5 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 4. I think Najee Harris gets in the end zone today. I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling it. 3rd and 6, officially. 3rd and 6, shotgun. Ball snap. Mitch looking to throw. Going. Intercepted. Patriots. There is a flag down. Oh no, it's going to be holding on New England. So the interception is not going to count. Oh man. Oh, that's too bad. All right, so a tough break. And LP heading out for a little bit. We're seeing a little bit LP. All right, 1st and 10. Mitch in shotgun. 6 minutes into the game. George Pickens with the reception. All right, so Mitch Trubisky, man, he just saw his life flash before his eyes. He threw the pick, and the holding penalty erases it. It's a fresh start. Hits George Pickens on the next play. Should be 2nd and 6. Trying the hard count here. He'll pitch it, and Warren is going to lose a couple. Patriots not fooled by the pitch. Not one bit. And a lot of people saying that this Patriot team is tanking, but if you didn't know their record and you were just watching this game, you would see a team fighting. Looks like they're fighting for a playoff spot, even though that's not going to happen. Definitely doesn't look like tanking to me. 3rd and 8. Mitch can't take a sack. They send 4. He steps up into the pocket thinking he can run again, and he can't. He's like, it worked last time. Let me just do it again, and not happening. So the Steelers are going to have to punt, which is something the Steelers do a lot of. Man, it's really hoping that there would be more than one pass to George Pickens. That whole drive, they're going to try a 56-yard field goal here. Snap, hold, kick on its way. He nailed it. He nailed it. Field goal's good. So the Patriots 7, Steelers 3. All right. So quick commercial break. 7-3. Hope you guys like the thumbnail I made. Ooh. All right. Angels, Rick coming anytime soon. Yep, Rick's coming. You know, this is kind of a thing where I start the stream and then Rick comes in just because of our time zone. So this is how it's gonna be more than not. Every time I jump in the stream, you guys ask, but he's like just getting home from work around this time, so he's gonna be hopping on super soon. Right. And what do you guys think of the new Spider-Man TV show? You guys get into stuff? All right. Looks like trying to see what's going on with TJ Watt here. So he takes a knee to the chin, but it also hits his face mask. This is the first play. Angel said new Spider-Man. What? There's a new TV series streaming. New Spider-Man. All right, TJ Watt is coming out on the field. So TJ Watt threw 100 career games, 91.5 sacks. Fumble recoveries 10, 7 interceptions. One of 3 players since 1982 with 90 sacks, 15 takeaways in any 100-game span. The other 2, his brother, J.J. Watt, and, Allen, Jared Allen. And Zappy throwing it again, and this time it's almost picked. 2nd and 10. They tried to take a shot there on 1st down. Not sure what it's streaming at. I just saw a commercial about it. I don't know anything about it. I'm sure they'll play that commercial like 10 more times tonight. So next time I see it, I'll look to see where it's streaming. All right, 2nd and 10. Zap under center. It's going to be a handoff. Steelers playing the run and somehow still picks up 2 to 3. Good run there. There was nothing. All right, TJ Watt, his 5th season with 13 plus sacks, 4th highest since 1992. Oh my gosh, dude. This guy breaks records every time he steps on the field. 3rd and 7. Zappy looking over the middle, caught. And I think this might be a push off on Hunter Henry. And the flag comes out, and wow, yep, push off. Replay 3rd down. Good push off, good call. It happened. It was there. 3rd and 17 after the penalty. Henry comes. Belichick doesn't like the call. 3rd and 17. They're throwing a screen to Zeke. And Zeke picks up as much as he can get, but they're going to have to punt this. So Mitch Trubisky led his team to 3. Jinja in the chat. What's up, Ginge? I definitely didn't think there would be 10 points scored in the first 7 minutes? 8 minutes? 9? No, like 9 minutes. All right, the punt is going to be returned and makes a move, but goes down after a couple yards. So 21-yard line is the starting field position for Mitch Trubisky and the Steelers. Just tuned into your stream. Yeah, the over-under was set at 30 points. So we're on pace for at least 40 as of right now. What's your system? All right. Not much to discuss about these 2 teams. Definitely, a Thursday night game that the NFL, the scrutiny that they've been under about putting bullshit games on Thursday Night Football, it is another type of game that just shouldn't be on prime time. And didn't we get the Steelers on Thursday night, like, 2 weeks ago against the Titans? I mean, this is like the same exact game than as the Steelers-Titans game. It's like, geez, man. This kind of stuff is insane, week in and week out. Mitch Trubisky has 4 passing yards so far. Bailey Zappi, 69 passing yards. Jalen Warren, -2 rushing yards. Deontay Johnson and Pat Freiermuth, whatever, 0 receptions, 0 yards. George Pickens, 1 reception, 4 yards. It's gonna be a game. I hope they prove me wrong. I hope this turns into more points, and I hope it turns into a competitive battle. TJ Watt went into the medical tent after that series, so something's still bothering him. Not sure if there's I don't want to speculate. And Kenny Pickett watching from the box today. I saw 1st and 10. Patriots look like they're bringing pressure, and it's dropped. Freiermuth. Good throw. Good throw. Good read. Just drop the ball. Overseeing the Kenny Pickett injury right now. They're showing a cool little graphic of the surgery that he had, and see, Kenny Pickett could be out for only 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Najee Harris runs it up the middle, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Every time they come out with a new iPhone, the old ones start sucking. Way deep and incomplete. 4th and 6. Steelers. Listen to that. You hear that? Boos. This Steelers, I couldn't imagine. I mean, I can't imagine. This was us last year. The Jets, the Steelers, the Patriots, amongst the worst offenses in the league, and you put 2 of them in a matchup on primetime television. Let's take the Steelers and the Patriots, the 2 of the worst offenses in the league. We'll have them play each other, and we'll put that game on primetime for the whole world to watch. Oh, I got even a better idea. Let's do that like 2 weeks after we have the Steelers play the Titans. We just saw this game. You know what would be a good game right now? Any other game. I would rather watch Justin Fields and the Bears take on the Lions. Something like that. Like something that actually makes sense. 1st and 10. Juju revenge. Oh my god. Juju revenge. That's hilarious. All right. The good news is we didn't have to go to another commercial break. At least they know if they go to commercial break, they're losing everybody. All right, 1st and 10. Zappy to throw, stepping up into the pocket, throwing. Caught. Juju Smith-Schuster with the grab. All right. 1st and 10. TJ Watt on the sideline for this play. Just under 2:30 left in the first. Zappy looking, pressure coming, and he just throws that one away. 2nd and 10 coming up. Jin just said, construction job is over for the season, so I may be working nights. I fucking hate it. I'll be back in an hour and a half or so. All right, Jinja. Sorry that you got to deal with all that bullshit, but hopefully we'll cheer you up. We're here for you when you get back. All love. 2nd and 10. After Staffy throws it away, they'll throw it again, and this time it's going to be incomplete off the hands of 83. Regor. He's just a regular guy. Never heard of him before in my life. I don't know what Kirk Street's going on about. He should have caught that ball. 3rd and 10. Zappy looking, firing. Incomplete. I don't know what just happened. It should have been picked. Then it looked like it should have been caught, and then the ball just hit the ground. We're going to need a replay. Did Juju just drop it? I thought it was going to be picked, and then it was in the hands of Juju, and then it looked like a drop. Oof. Henry was open again, and now they'll punt it, and this one's going to be returned to the 15. P for the D. Angel, see you in a minute. 7-3, and I'm starting to get a feeling that this might be our final score, y'all. Will E said, I just can't catch a break. Life just wants to mess with me. Hate to hear that. That's life, man. Life is a you know what. We got Angel back. See, I don't think anybody's got any Steelers in their fantasy league, but I'll check my. Oh no, I'm playing someone that has Warren. Somebody's starting Najee Harris, and somebody's starting Fearmouth. George Pickens is benched. We have a guy that benched him, and Ramondre Stevenson. I don't blame anybody. I mean, starting any of these players is a huge risk. The Steelers just offensively are not reliable. Zeke does have 12 points as of right now. He's got 12 points already, and he's got 3 receptions for 32 yards and a touchdown. And he's on waivers right now. Looks like the Patriots are starting to make Zeke a workhorse. They're starting to feed him the ball as the lead running back. Next week we have Chargers Raiders. That's better in a way than this. Hang in there, Low E. I know it can be rough, but we're here for you. All right, 1st and 10. Risky to pitch it, and Najee takes it to the 19-yard line. Second down for the Steelers. All right, Trubisky fakes the handoff, and now he throws. And caught is Jalen Warren. And now we're getting some offense. Listen to this crowd. It sounds like they just scored a touchdown. The crowd is going absolutely wild for a 10-yard reception. I should tell you a lot about the Steelers' offense this year. All right, they'll run it with Warren, and that'll be a gain of nothing. 2nd and 10 coming up. Oh, they lose a yard. And the Steelers' offense is just very, very predictable. They asked Najee Harris about this when Matt Canada was head coach. They interviewed him in the locker room. They said, "Do you feel like you guys, like the defense, knows what you guys are running?" And he was like, "I'm gonna be honest with you. It seems like that sometimes, And you're trying not to bash your own team, but here's Mitch going for the run again, picking up 4 yards maybe, and that's the end of the first quarter. Mitch Trubisky ends the first quarter with a total of 12 passing yards. Great job, Mitch. Great job. 12 passing yards. At least Zappy's hitting 100. One of these guys has a lot more experience than the other, and you wouldn't know it by what you're seeing here. So the Steelers driving right now. I guess you could say they're driving right now. This is the equivalent of a Steelers drive. Von Miller was interviewed today for the first time since the allegations of beating up pregnant girlfriend, and they tried to ask him a question about it, and he simply said, "Nope, not today." So we may hear from Von in the future, but he declined to make any comment about it today. Hopefully that all works out sooner than later, because it's definitely a big it's a big accusation. Let's put it that way. The NFL released their own version of power rankings. They got the 49ers at 1 finally, the Ravens at 2. I don't see it. Philly at 3, Cowboys at 4. Miami cracks the top 5, and it's Kansas City that gets pushed to 6. So Yep. I think Baltimore's going to start losing. I think Kansas City's going to win out and still somehow end up with the number 1 seed. How many does Zappy have? 106. This is absolutely ass. Definitely can see why he's not a starter in the league. 11 passing yards for the Steelers, 25 rushing yards, 36 total first quarter yards. New England, at least 115 yards. Oh my God. 3rd and 10. Go ahead, Trubisky. Throw an incompletion. Punt the ball again. 3rd and 10. Trubisky looking to throw pressure in his space pick. And the Steelers throw an interception. The Patriots are going to have the ball on the 11-yard line. And this crowd is booing. And this is rough. This is rough. This is just a bad throw. It's a bad read. It's a bad throw. It's just bad football. Yep. He's trying to get to, looks like, Fearmouth. All right. Zappy under center. Hands it off to Zeke, and Zeke picks up 4 yards. And Zeke may be getting himself some yards. Let's see. There's an injury on the play right now. P for the D. It worked. Injury timeout. Not sure who it is. Mitch Trubisky on the sideline. He is just not good. He doesn't look good. Not a starter for a reason. And I just feel bad for Steelers fans, man. And I'm gonna see what they're saying about it. If the Steelers lose to the Cardinals, Browns with PTR, and the Patriots should be interested in drafting a quarterback. Mitch Trubisky throws the ball right, and the Patriots intercept it and are in scoring range. Let's go to the latest, not top. The latest is the more spicy comments. The Patriots are really going to beat the Steelers again in Pittsburgh as well. Patriots fan, but decided not to go with my heart and started the Steelers defense. See how that works out for you? The Patriots are a really bad football team, but the Steelers aren't that much better. They don't look like they're better at all. What are you talking about that much better? In which way? Show me one way that the Steelers are better than the Patriots, besides their record, which is totally misleading. Steelers are the worst team, one of the worst teams in the AFC. I don't care about their record. If they can't keep a game or their opponents to 20 points or less, they lose. So it's not a good team. And if they go to the playoffs, they're going to be a one and done team. It would actually be a shame to see them get in. Because, yep, look at that. They won week 1, 2, 3. They lost their game against San Francisco 30-7. They lost to Houston 30-6. Touchdown. Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry throws a touchdown pass. I don't know if you guys had Hunter Henry going off or not, but it's 14-3. It is 14-3. Oh man, this could get ugly. This could get disgusting. Here we go. Allen Robinson's playing today. I just don't have any faith in this team right now. Right. So George Pickens still with 4 receiving yards. Deontay Johnson without a catch. Jalen Warren 8 yards. Pat Freiermuth 0. Pittsburgh down 11 to start the second quarter. Bad football. Steelers are so ass. But at least we have scoring. At least we have scoring. I think we all need that. Tyquan Thornton has 11 receiving yards. All right. I think Freiermuth is about to get a catch because I just saw the stats update. I haven't seen it on my TV. All right, they pitch it to Najee. Najee is going to be tackled in the backfield, and that is, yep, the crowd's going to continue booing. The crowd's going to continue booing because this is fucking awful to watch. Offensively for the Steelers, this is terrible. They keep running the same plays on first down. They're pitching the ball to Najee. They tried pitching it to Warren the other way. Same results. This team is just so predictable, and it's really hurting them. 2nd and 15. Trubisky throws it to Freiermuth. Why did they say Freiermuth, but there's an R right after the F? Is the R silent? Freiermuth. It's got to be a silent R. Bill finishing up some work. Good news is that work's over. Happy to hear that. Always a good feeling. Um, well, welcome to this shit show, Bill. We got the Patriots and Steelers, and Patriots aren't taking. And oh my God, he almost threw another pick. Trubisky's fucking terrible. Get this guy out of here. Oh my God, this guy looks like my brother. Oh my God, I wish I could rewind that. This fan that was just booing looked just like my brother. Oh my God. Look at this. What are you doing? Why are you throwing that ball so fucking terrible? Sorry for swearing, but this guy's definitely gambling on FanDuel. What's up, Mike Tomlin? You gonna just allow this bullshit, or are you gonna bench his ass? Who's their third string? Time to look up the Steelers depth chart. Time to look up what the options are. Pittsburgh Steelers full depth chart. We got Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky. Oh my God, their third string quarterback happens to be the only player. Somebody asked me the other day, texting me. They said, "What players do you hate?" And I said, "I don't hate any players. I hate teams, but there's some players I don't really like, but I don't really like. I don't know. I don't get my rocks off on hating anybody." And then I thought about it. And I said, "There's one guy, and the man I name is the third string quarterback for the Steelers, Mason Rudolph." So I don't know if they'll put him in or what, but the Steelers, you have to treat that last play, the one that should have been picked, you have to treat that like a pick. Just because it was dropped, you know what I mean, doesn't mean that he. I mean, he threw another pick he got saved by a flag. So he's thrown two picks. One of them got taken away. The other one got dropped. It should have been a third pick that was dropped, and then the second one was clean. I don't know how bad you have to be in the first half for you to get benched, but it's definitely flirting with that line. And crappy Southpaw, as a Broncos fan, you should be delighted in the prospect of a Steelers collapse. I don't really mind the Steelers. They don't threaten me at all. The only time I was ever mad about the Steelers was 2005 in the AFC Championship game when they beat us. We had Jake Plummer and Mike Anderson and Tatum Bell. That was an awesome team. And the Steelers went on to beat Seattle in the Super Bowl. I watched that game with my buddy Lance, who is probably still a diehard. Haven't heard from him in like 20 years, but I guess that's the only thing I can think of. The shortest overtime game in history was Tim Tebow to Demaryius Thomas, first play of overtime. We beat the Steelers in 2010. I can't believe that's only 5 years apart. Oh, no, it was 2004, I think. 2004. Still, that was only 6 years apart. That feels like a memory from being like 7 and then a memory from being like 17. It's weird. That is so weird. Having a full-on meltdown, trying to figure this out. Nick in the chat. How's the game, boys? Already more points than the Pats Chargers game. It's awful. I'll say the Patriots are making up for it. The Patriots are definitely making up for it, but Mitch Trubisky is terrible. Tebow's win 2011. Okay, well 2000. It was the 2010 season, but yes, the game happened in 2011. We drafted Von Miller that year. All right, Mitch, looking and he's going to try to run it. That's all he's had today. He had a run on crowds booing even that. They're booing everything. It's still crazy that Tim Tebow has a more recent playoff win than the Raiders franchise. I was going to say something mean to Raiders fans, but I won't. I won't. I'll be nice. Hunter Henry going into the blue tent. Looks like a lower leg injury. All right, Trubisky, 2nd and 7. Let's see if they run it again. Yeah, that pitch. There it is. Flag on the play, gain of 1 or 2 yards. And let's see what the flag is. Roderick Jones, though. The offensive lineman they drafted out of, I think, Georgia in the 2nd round. He's been very, very good this year. A bright spot on this Steelers year. It's so funny. It seems like we're talking about a 1-9 team. We're talking about a 7-5 team. That's what's crazy about it. If you couldn't see records, you would think that the Patriots are the 7-5 team, and the Steelers are the 2-win team. Yep, I remember. My buddy Derek's a big Pats fan, and I was dumb enough to watch that game with him, and I think the final score was like 41-10, something like that. I mean, we didn't know how far Tebow time, like how far could Tebow time take us, you know? We started, oh, come on. You know, this 5-game winning streak with Russ is actually very, very similar to that Tebow year. And my thing just froze 1 second. Thursday Night Football's always doing this to me. I was thinking, I wanted, when Tebow was coming back as a tight end, I was actually like rooting for him. I think he should have came back as a fullback. Something that takes less positional skill, I guess. Just get 1 yard, one hard-fought yard, or even just turned into a Taysom Hill. You know, I mean, if you're going to use him like Taysom Hill, it's like, yeah, this guy's totally capable of throwing the football or running. That man, Sean Payton would have done wonders for Tim Tebow. All right, so that one's not working either. All right. Good. We're at a commercial, so I wasn't missing anything at all. All right, let's check with what all of the people are saying right now. Steelers fans booing team at home game. Steelers fans booing team at home game. All right. Watching Steeler fans boo as they lose to a 2-10 Patriot team at home is glorious. Enjoying every minute of it. Go Browns. There you go. There's your fan base that's enjoying it. Browns. I mean, the Steelers are they're going to be prepared each week. They're not going to. Belichick's going to have the team ready, and when you think of the phrase "any given Sunday," I mean, the type of year the Steelers have had with the type of coach that's leading them does make the Patriots, in my opinion, the ultimate wild card. And Nick said, then the Broncos went on to win the Super Bowl with Manning in 2015. After that, we had one good QB season. That was the man who should be starting in New York. They did start him. He didn't look good at all. I was actually going to tell you about that. They started him in the last game, and they're going back to Zach Wilson. And to be fair, you did go from 2010 and just past 2012, which was an incredible year. And if it weren't for Joe Flacco's Hail Mary, we would have won the Super Bowl because that's how we lost in double overtime, or that's how the Ravens got the game to overtime. That Hail Mary to Jacoby Jones from Joe Flacco. So that's definitely a very important year, and it was Manning's first year. Then year two, it's the greatest offense maybe of all time since the greatest show on turf, 55 touchdown passes, and they went to the Super Bowl. Can't forget about that. And 2014, they lost, I think it was the divisional round to the Colts. I was at that game. I remember just sitting in my seat, and the big scoreboard said, like, thank you for an incredible season or some shit like that. And I was just sitting there in disbelief. And then the following year, we won the Super Bowl. That's what was awesome about Manning. Each year, we were right there. It was so, so fun. Finally got it in 2015, like you mentioned. 3rd and 3, Zappy. Trying to pass midfield. And wide open. Wide open. Juju Smith was wide open. And Juju's got 82 yards receiving already. And the Steelers fans are probably like, oh, it's too bad we don't have a guy like Juju Smith. I don't know how he was that open. Isn't this Steelers team supposed to be good at defense? Isn't that their whole thing? They've already given up nearly 100 yards to one receiver in the first half. All right, about 7 yards away from the red zone. Zappy takes the shot, touchdown. Hunter Henry. Now Henry has 32 receiving yards. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's a great throw. That is a great throw. This is insane, y'all. 21-3. Guys, what the hell is happening? What is actually happening right now? Oh man, I can't wait for Rick to get in here. He's going to be very surprised. This is the kind of game. This is the kind of game where if you miss the first quarter, you're like, "What? Why are the Steelers losing 21-3?" All right, 2 seconds ago. This is what I wanted. Fuck the Pittsburgh Steelers for ducking every lineup I have tonight. The Patriots are 2-10 with so many injuries, yet they're still walking easily over the Steelers. How? I swear this game is rigged. Well done. Well done. No, your team just sucks. Pittsburgh Steelers in primetime are 2-10 against a 2-10 New England Patriots team. Not sure what that means. Why do the Steelers always make the shit teams look phenomenal? I fucking knew the Patriots were going to come in and fall TF out on us. I took oh my god, everyone's losing their minds. Let me check my comments. Here we go. Angel, 3 passing touchdowns for Zappy already. Yeah, because he had those 2. I consider those last 2 touchdown passes, but yeah, he does have 3 on the screen to Zeke. But Zeke did most of the work on that one. But still, I don't think a lot of people could have predicted Zappy's going to have 3 touchdown passes in the first half. Pats make the playoffs. They aren't eliminated. No, yeah, they're eliminated. 2-10. Yeah, because there's only 4 games left of them. So they would only have 6 wins if they won out. Oh, there goes Warren. All right. There we go. There you go. Steelers got a lot of work to do. Better get started. Ooh. Jalen Warren now with 20 receiving yards. I think they're going to have to pass the ball a little more. Running the football is not working on this defense. You need to start hitting them with those zones. There you go. A little reverse. Trying to get some space, and he takes it. That's Austin. Miles Austin. It's not Miles Austin, but do you guys remember Miles Austin? He wore number 19 for the Cowboys. He is the last year he was the receiving coach, a receiver coach for the Jets, I believe. And I think he lost his job because he was accused of betting. Apparently it was on like a different sport, but he hired one of the best lawyers in New York that specializes in that kind of stuff. I did a whole short about it last year. I wonder where he's at today or what the case is. All right. Quick throw to some guy who's 83, dude. He looks a little chunky. He looked like an offensive lineman. He didn't seem like a wide receiver. Oh, they're not going to show a replay? They aren't mathematically out yet, though. The amount of bullshit to get them in is unreal. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they would need like every team to lose out. I don't see how they're not eliminated because when you look at the remaining schedule, it's impossible for all the teams in the wild card or in the hunt to lose out because they're playing each other. For instance, you got the Bengals and Colts on Sunday, 7-5 versus 6-6. One team's gonna, go 7-5 or 8-5. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of games like that, so I just don't see how everybody could lose when they're playing each other in so many of these games. But if you're saying there's a chance, Jim Carrey meme, so you're saying there's a chance? If you're saying there's a chance and you're a Patriot fan, that's all that matters. I don't give up hope until we're mathematically eliminated every year. It doesn't matter how bad it is. I do not lose that hope until the fat lady's singing. All right, they'll hand it off here to Warren, and Warren picks up 6. Looks like the Steelers are finally moving the ball with 4 minutes left in the first half. So, yeah, it took a while. But if they could score and make it a 10-21 game, all of a sudden, well, they still have a lot of work to do, but it's something. It's something. Crafty Southpaw, I believe a Steelers loss elevates the Texans into a playoff spot. I think the Texans are going to win the AFC South. Trevor Lawrence is hurt. They're only 1 game behind Jacksonville. And Yeah, I think the Texans are going to make up that one game. Trevor Lawrence has a serious ankle sprain. Um, so I think Jacksonville's going to be the number 5 seed. And if you look at the Chiefs' remaining schedule, it's cake. I think the Chiefs win out, and they're going to end up 12-4, right? 12, 13, 14, no, 13-4, I believe. But yeah, I think the Chiefs win out. The Ravens, who are the number 1 seed right now, or number 2 seed, I think Miami's at number 1. Ravens' final schedule is a nightmare. So I think they are going to lose a couple games. And then Jacksonville, obviously no quarterback. So I think we're all going to be in disbelief when somehow the Kansas City Chiefs have that number 1 seed. We're going to be like, how? Even Miami has to play Dallas and Buffalo, who at that point may be playing for a playoff spot. There's a lot of stuff that needs to work itself out, but nobody has a better schedule, strength of schedule path for the rest of the season than the Chiefs. I mean, Kansas City Chiefs remaining schedule. All right, so they got Buffalo. That's their one hard game, but after that, it's Patriots, Raiders, Chargers, Bengals. Like, yeah, they're not easy games, but I think the Chiefs are going to win all of them. So, oh, they're bringing a side blitz. Trubisky gets rid of it. Touchdown. Who is it? 18? Who's 18? 25-yard reception. That was Deontay Johnson. So Deontay Johnson gets a ball thrown his way. 25-yard reception. What a freaking grab. And let's see, how many yards has Deontay Johnson been getting per game? Deontay Johnson. They made the extra point. Okay. Deontay Johnson. There he is. All right. Game log. So last week he had 33 yards. The week before that he had 50. The week before that 16. The week before that 17. Then 90, 85. So I mean, there's definitely a lot of ups and downs with him week to week. Great pass by Trubisky, which, oh my God, dude, they needed that so bad. Trubisky had a terrible first half, but if you can close out that half with something like that, all of a sudden people are a little more nice about all that other stuff. Not if the Colts win first. Win what? Wait, let's see. Colts, Colts and Texans play each other in the final game. Yeah, I think the Texans are a better team than the Colts, but we'll see. Colts are surprising a lot of people, but the way D'Amico Ryans is playing right now, or C.J. Stroud with D'Amico running the defense, like they're the real deal. If the Pats lost, I won't be mad because they score their most points all season. Is that true already? 21 is the most. That is sad. Patriots schedule. Oh my God, that's unbelievable. The Patriots. Wow. That's crazy. The Patriots scored 20 points week 1. They almost beat the Eagles. Then they lost by 7 to the Dolphins. Then they beat the Jets. Then they lost 3-38 to the Cowboys. Then they got shut out. They've been shut out twice this year. I forgot about this shutout. Week 4 against the Saints, or week 5, 34-0. Then they scored. So they scored 3 points the week before. Then they were shut out. So they went through a 2-game stretch with only 3 points. Then they scored 17. Oh no, they scored 29 against the Bills. There it is. 29 points against the Bills, week 7, I think that was. Patriots signed Brock Osweiler. Oh, man, that would be funny. Did you ever see the clip of Brock Osweiler fighting some dude outside of a nightclub? I remember, I think he was still a Bronco when that happened. And I was like, oh, shit. All right. Let's see how aggressive the Patriots want to be here. Oh, there's a personal foul. Flop. Flop. Bad penalty. Well, I'd imagine they're not going to be too aggressive, but you never know. Let's see. Uh-oh, they handed off to Elliott, who picks up 5. And yeah, I agree, Angel. And Nick, no, I've not. Have you seen the one on the Dolphins when he lined up as wide receiver? It sounds familiar. No. I don't think I have. I think I'm thinking of when Jay Cutler was a Dolphin and he lined up at receiver. It was like I think it was least effort compilation, if I'm saying that right. It's like when you combine a bunch of videos. And I remember seeing one with Jay Cutler at they lined up at wide receiver and he just didn't move the whole play. He didn't try to sell that he was running a route, nothing, and it turned into comedy. 2nd and 6. Ooh, caught. Who's that? Montgomery. Wow, there's Zacky's spreading the ball around a little bit. And looks like they're being aggressive. I mean, they do have 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes, so plenty of time to get a field goal in. They're like, field goal. We're only scoring touchdowns today. All right, ball snap. Quick throw. Caught. Thornton catches it, and we go to the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning, and the Patriots are trying to drive down in and get some points here. Let's check on our Steelers Nation. That's what they call themselves. Who is ESPN and the committee going to pick for the NFL playoffs? Oh, yeah, that only happens in college. That part. This half is going to set the Patriots back a decade. Oh, man. Staff, we have a top 5 pick. What QB should we get? Or do we draft a skill position and get a free agent veteran QB? Belichick, did you see the Zappy versus Steelers game? Draft a lineman. We have weapons if he's the QB. Well done. Heart-like. I appreciate that post. Patriots beating Steelers tonight would feed families. And I don't know about all that, but all right. We should be trying to get out of the half. Patriots rolling down the field. No pressure on Zappy at all. 0. Middle of the field, wide open due to inadequate linebacker play. Not sure how they get stops playing like they are. Hope Zappy makes bad decisions. Oh, they're saying that's what they're hoping for? They're banking on Zappy to make some bad throws? Adam says Patriots throwing quick pass after quick pass, and yet the Steelers keep countering with off coverage and zone. Makes no sense. And a Steelers fan posted replying to the Steelers, "Why are you guys posting? You're getting smacked right now." I love the Patriots to win some games, but not against the Steelers. That seems personal. The Steelers losing to the Patriots with crying tears, a lot of the girls spitting out her milk. I took New England plus 100 after the Steelers kicked their field goal, and just want to say thank you to the Patriots. It's not over yet. I mean, even if they drive down and score, it's still a 14-point game. So, oh, the ticker. Appreciate that. Good look. Good luck. That's a highlight in case you heard that. 3rd and 7, 156. Steelers home crowd is going to need to get into it. I mean, this is the kind of game too where if the Steelers do come back and win, the Patriots are just going to be beside themselves. Like, how did we let a team with Mitch Trubisky at quarterback come back into this game? So I do expect the Patriots to stay somewhat aggressive. 3rd and 7. Let's see if they run some kind of draw or they're going to pass. They're being aggressive. Looking, firing. Caught. Hunter Henry. And Zappy threw a zap or a dart. A fastball. Speed of light. Great throw. Zappy's having a decent little first half here. All right, clock's still ticking. They got to hurry. 124, 123, 122. Ball snapped. Zap looking, and he's going down. Sacked. He is sacked in the backfield. And let's see, is there going to be a timeout? The clock is stopped, so somebody called a timeout, but they've taken a very long time to tell us who it was. Who called the timeout? Who called the timeout? I don't care. Curb Street, shut up. Who called the timeout? Give us information. I'm gonna have to go to NFL.com to figure it. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so the Steelers called the timeout. And they're going to run it on 2nd and 20 to Zeke. And now they call another timeout, and the Steelers will get the ball probably with a minute 7 or so. The high-end talent isn't working tonight. So you're talking about like T.J. Watt, George Pickens, all those guys? Or are you talking about the Patriots? I mean, Zappy, let's see how many passing yards Zappy has right now. Because after they took that sack, what why would they take him out because he has a blood spot on his sleeve? This isn't NBA. Why would they even think that? Why was that even a thought? 3rd and 21, and a run. So the Steelers out of timeouts. Belichick taking 40 seconds off the clock. So I was misunderstanding. I thought for some reason I thought that last timeout was 3rd down. So they're gonna they're gonna get the ball back to like probably like 35 seconds. Probably like 35 seconds or so. Punter on the field. Let's see if they take the clock all the way down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Snap it, and now timeout. They're gonna use all the clock, delay a game. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna go on a limb and say 5 yards is more valuable than 1 second. So you took it all the way down. You saved yourself 1 second, but now you're gonna punt it 5 yards deeper. I'm not sure if that's the right call there. Just snap the ball at 1 second. Now you got to move 5 yards back. Better odds for the Steelers to get better field position. And punt is off, and this one is going to bounce. And oh my God, he almost fumbled the ball. There goes that idea. I don't. That is so bad. That is the part of the field where when they're punting it, that ball needs to be returned. That ball needed to be returned. You need to run up and catch that ball and start running. You let it bounce, then you try to pick it up and fumbled it. It's the little things. It's the little things. Now they're going to take a knee, and now some fighting, a little bit of chippiness, and the refs are trying to break it up. And that is the end of the first half. The Patriots are up 21-10. Where do we begin? Zappy's having a good first half. Trubisky almost threw 3 picks. He ends up only throwing one. He had, I think, 6 yards passing the first quarter. And he did throw a touchdown pass, a good touchdown pass on the very last drive. But besides that, there's not much that Zappy's doing that is impressive. And we even looked up their third stringer to see if maybe he would get in the game. Deontay Johnson had one reception, the touchdown grab for 25 yards. Fairmouth, 7 yards only, and George Pickens only 4 yards. So like Nick said, high end talent, not doing much so far. Zeke did get in on the very first series of the game. He scored a touchdown on a reception. And well, I just hope George Pickens gets going. I need George Pickens to have a game. Not like a game, but I do need him to do something. I need 45 yards from him. And, only getting 4, not very good. Not very good. So say this first half has been pretty good in scoring, but somehow it still was really rough to watch because the Steelers offensively are just a nightmare. And I think we pulled up. Let's pull up that really quick. Steelers schedule. So the Steelers right now looking like they might lose. They lost by 14 to the Cardinals last week. The Cardinals. So potentially, you're looking at the Steelers losing back-to-back weeks to two-win teams. They did beat the Bengals without Joe Burrow, and they lost to the Browns. So just to put this in proper perspective, because we were talking about Steelers being the worst 8-7-5 team in the league. Well, they've also lost 3 of their last 4 games. If they lose today, they've dropped 3 of their last 4. And offensively, in that whole span of games, they scored 10 points against the Browns in a loss. They scored 10 points in the Cardinals in a loss. Right? They already have 10 points against the Steelers, but I mean, potentially they could be shut out in the second half, and it would not surprise me at all. All right, so doing the halftime show right now. We'll check up on Twitter. Tells you how overrated Green Bay is. Let's see how Green Bay is involved in this. Steelers losing to the Patriots was not on my bingo card. First half stats, Patriots 219 total yards. Steelers 112. Yards per play for the Patriots, 6.6 yards per play. The Steelers, 3.9. Passing yards, 186 to 60. Third downs, Patriots 3 for 7. Steelers 1 for 6. Domination. Domination. If you only look at the box score, complete domination. My Patriots beating the Steelers right now, but we still trash. This half is going to set the Patriots back a decade. I said that one already. That was hilarious. All right. I think we're mostly caught up. 2 weeks ago, Bucky Brooks said that Tomlin was his coach of the year vote. I don't know about all that. Darn tootin', this Thursday night football game was destined to be a fluke. How are the Patriots slapping the Steelers? The Patriots are the bottom barrel of the NFL, yet they're exposing the Steelers for the frauds that they are. We got Liam in the chat. What's up, Liam? Hope you're enjoying your Steelers right now, being led by the GOAT, Mitchell Trubisky. Steelers are about to lose to the Cardinals and Patriots back-to-back weeks. Steelers are frauds. Trubisky is putting in a strong effort for the Bears. At the half, he's 6 for 11, 61 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. And we talk about, the Bears quite a lot, Rick. And one thing is interesting when you look at CJ Stroud's success, and we say, "Oh, it's because of the system, right? It's because of the organization. That's why we can't have a successful quarterback. But the Steelers are a well-ran organization that have a Hall of Fame head coach. They've won Super Bowls. They have a great defense. You would think that if it was a Bears problem, Mitch Trubisky would have found success in Pittsburgh. Some people, when he first got traded, were predicting. He was traded and was named the starter. They had Kenny Pickett. They did not start Kenny Pickett his rookie year. So I don't know. They definitely gave him a shot, and by week 4, I think they were 1-3, and they were like, "Let's go with Kenny Pickett." But I don't think it's necessarily a Bears organizational problem. I think Mitch Trubisky might not be that great of a quarterback. NFL did QB rankings for week 14. So not like best QBs all year, just week 14. Dak Prescott was number 1. He had where they rankings each quarterback. Oh, okay, so no, they're ranking each quarterback heading into week 14. They got Dak at number 1. I agree with that. Dak's playing the best quarterback ball of anyone. Tua, number 2. Mahomes at number 3. 22 pass touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I don't know how he's at 3. It's not that good. Not impressive. I mean, look at this guy. He's got 23. The guy underneath Mahomes has 1 more passing touchdown, and he has 4 less interceptions with a higher passer rating in the same amount of games in more passing yards. More passing yards per attempt. Every statistical category. QBR, passing yards on the season, yards per attempt, passing touchdowns, interceptions, rushing yards, and fumbles. Brock Purdy is across the board beating Mahomes at everything. And Mahomes checks in as the number 3 quarterback this season, and Purdy is behind at 4. What are you going to do? CJ Stroud has 3,540 passing yards already. Mahomes has 3,100, Purdy 3,185, CJ Stroud 3,500. That's incredible. CJ Stroud has more passing yards on the season than Tua Tagovailoa, and he has a 2,000-yard receiver potentially by the end of the year in Tyreek Hill. So let's not miss how special CJ Stroud is. CJ Stroud has the most passing yards of any quarterback in the league. In the league. That's crazy. That is crazy. And CJ Stroud checks in underneath all of those guys, comes in at number 5. You could make a real argument that he should be at 2. And I do think he should be underneath Dak and above Tua. Let me know what you guys think. Who is playing the best quarterback? Who's playing the position the best of everyone in the league? I think CJ Stroud's way too low. He's got only 5 interceptions on the season. He's got 20 passing touchdowns. I mean, he has half of the interceptions that Mahomes has thrown. Yet Mahomes comes in at 3. Brock Purdy even has more interceptions. 5 picks. Tua has 10. Dak has 6. That's not bad, you know. All the turnover stuff that Dak was, getting crushed with last year in the beginning of the year. He's definitely turned all that around. But yeah, CJ Stroud should be number 3. It should be Dak, Brock Purdy, and CJ Stroud. Those are the best 3 quarterbacks in the league this year. I'm only talking about this year. Josh Allen comes in at 7. He's got 3,200 passing yards. He's got 13 picks. Trevor Lawrence comes in at number 8. Lamar Jackson at 9. Do you know Lamar only has 2,600 passing yards? 2,600. And remember, we looked at all those weapons. We were like, look at all of these weapons the Ravens have with Odell Beckham, and they brought in Nelson Aguilar, and he barely passed 2,500 yards at this point. So I find that a little surprising. Stafford's got more yards than Lamar Jackson, and he's missed 4 football games. Jared Goff checks in at 11. I can see it. Oh my God, Jordan Love at 12? All right. Look, I like the Packers. I'm a Jordan Love fan, all of that. He's had 2 back-to-back good football games, but moving him all the way to 12? I don't know about that. That seems a little premature. Justin Herbert, I mean, maybe he's playing that well. All right. Getting ready for kickoff. Hope you enjoyed my my halftime show. Hope that was fun and stimulating, and I kept you guys on the edge of your seat. And the kick is off, and here we go. The Steelers with an opportunity. Oh, wow, this is dangerous. It bounces. Now they're going to take it out. And he's trying to stay on his feet. This is bad. And he gets it to the 16-yard line. All right. Let's see what kind of Trubisky we're going to get here in the second half. Trubisky did not have a strong first half. He had one good drive. The Steelers, it seems like a mountain when you have a bad offense, but 1 touchdown, it's a 4-point game. Everything is fine. All the Steelers got to do is score 1. It's not like the Patriots offense is, this dominant offense. If their defense can play a little better and this offense can get going. All right, Trubisky's going to throw it on first down. I like this. And it's going to go to Najee Harris, and the ref will mark him down right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. And I like this, okay? You don't have enough confidence to throw the ball on first down, like for real throw it, but you can still run plays that are a guaranteed 1 or 2 yards without being predictable and running the football. There comes the screen. Great play call. It didn't go for anything, but at least you're mixing up the play calling here. 2nd and 10. They're going to run a draw to Najee Harris, and Najee picks up 6 or 7 yards. So 3rd and short coming up. And Nick, that NFL list is completely wrong. The best QB in the league is clearly Justin Fields of the Bears. Oh my gosh. I spy with my little eye a Justin Fields troll. I don't even know where Justin Fields was. I'm going to check it out on the commercial break. 3rd and 4. Trubisky looking firing over the middle, and a first down, and that's Firemouth. And I'm okay. Firemouth. He had 7 yards before that catch. Now he's got 14. Oh, another reverse, and he's trying to get some ground, and this isn't good. How many yards did they just lose? And they were trying to get Warren the ball. Oh, man, that was rough. That was rough. I need George Pickens to get involved and Deontay Johnson to not get involved. Can we have that happen, please? Can George Pickens catch a ball? Can we target him at least? Let's keep running those reverses, and it worked last time. This time, not at all. 2nd and 17, they lost 7. And they'll run it with Warren, and Warren trying to pick up the yards he lost, and I think he'll pick up most of them. It should be 3rd and 11, depending on the spot, 3rd and 10. KC! KC, you snuck up on me there. Angel. By the way, I donated for good. Appreciate that. Yeah, man, we're trying to set all that up. We just need a few more subscribers, but appreciate that. Trubisky throwing. Oh, that's a first down. He hurdled somebody, and Connor Hayward makes a play on 3rd and 10. And man, dude, how bad did that Steelers crowd need this for their mental health? For I mean, all of it. They needed a first down. If they brought out the punter, the Boo Birds would have rained down. It would have been a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. A power formation, and they're going to run it. And Najee somehow breaks a couple. The Patriots, well, I'll say it this way: the Steelers are really lucky that they were able. Najee was able to turn that into a positive play. They were showing a run formation. The Patriots didn't fall for it, but they didn't tackle him. And where is Justin Fields going? Gardner Minshew, Jake Browning, Joshua Dobbs. Oh my God, Justin Fields behind Joshua Dobbs. Yikes! I don't know about that one. If you're starting a franchise today, you'll take Fields over Dobbs, I think. All right, they're going to throw it to Warren. Warren is going to pick up enough for a first down and cross into Patriot territory. And look at that. Steelers are driving. The Steelers are driving. Now, it's like a 1965 Honda that has 400,000 miles on it, but they're driving. They're getting from point A to point B, and we'll see if they can get that touchdown. They really need that opening half touchdown. And now they'll run it and gain 1 yard gain there. Man, it seems like New England has a solid defense. I mean, Belichick is a defensive guy. It almost makes you wonder. I mean, look at the quarterback play they're getting from Zappy today, and it kind of shows you like if they could have an actual because Zappy obviously we know that he's not somebody that you can bet on to do this week in and week out. This is more of a fluke. But I do think that we should take an opportunity to look at what the Patriots could be with competent quarterback play. 21-10, and it's such a big difference, man. It's such a big difference. And their defense is good enough to be in the playoffs and all that. It seems like it. Um, from the games I've watched this season. 3rd and 8, big third down. Steelers got to convert. Patriots bringing pressure. It's picked up. Now he's trying to run away and he can't. He didn't even run. And the boos start. Man, he was running into the blockers, which is the most frustrating sack as a fan. Nick said just feels looking at being a backup QB next year, so I don't know if you'd take him over Dobbs, start a franchise. I would, but I don't know if you would. I don't think Joshua Dobbs is a good quarterback, and he's only playing because Kirk Cousins is hurt. Justin Fields is actually a starting quarterback. Joshua Dobbs is filling in for injured people, Kyler Murray, Kirk Cousins, and he throws a shit ton of interceptions, and most of his wins were kind of fluky anyway. Let's see Dobbs' numbers. Okay. He has 64% completion rate. Fields 64.4, so better there. He has more passing yards, but Fields dislocated his thumb and missed like 5 games. So, even so, Fields has 12 touchdown passes and Dobbs has 13. And Dobbs has started every game of the season. 10 interceptions. Dobbs has 10 interceptions. So, he's got like a 1 every touchdown pass and every 1.3 touchdown passes he throws an interception. Justin Fields is a dual threat more than Dobbs. I would take the Minnesota Vikings franchise over the Bears, but I really think Justin Fields has a lot of untapped potential. And I think if the Bears do want to draft him, I think he's not going to be a backup. I think they would have to trade him. He's way too talented and too close to being drafted. We've seen too much from him. Like we've seen games where Justin Fields throws 4 touchdown passes and DJ Moore gets 3 and he runs for 70 yards. Like we've seen his ceiling, and I haven't seen a game from Dobbs that suggests that the ceiling is even higher for Dobbs. And let's face it, this is a bad year for Fields. This is not a good year. Like this is the kind of year where Bears fans are probably going to be split on whether they should draft Caleb Williams or somebody like that. But I think I would buy in for one more year. For one more year, I would, because Dobbs is a systematic quarterback, right? He's like Justin Fields has the ceiling to be special. Didn't he break Lamar Jackson's single season rushing record his first year? I think he ran for. He broke the most rushing yards in a game by a quarterback. Like, there's so much talent in there, and it's being wasted by the Bears. But yeah, I think there's going to be definitely people that are like, no, we need to move on. If he was good, we would know by now. But it's not always true. Look at Zeke. Is he all right? Comes up a little bit limping. Oh, no. There is an injury, but it's not Zeke. It's number 90. 90 something. 90 is TJ Watt, so I don't want to scare anybody. It's not TJ Watt. I can't see a number, but it's not a white guy. So when Benton. Benton. If you're a Steelers fan, I'm sure you know. Crafty Southpaw says Dobbs is a typical good backup who can fill in and play well for 2 to 3 games, but then fizzles out if he has to start beyond that. Yeah, he's Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater. Interesting. What team do you see Justin Fields starting on if the Bears draft a quarterback? The Commanders. I think the Commanders. Now that I don't know. No, I do think Sam Howell has done enough to earn the starting job, and I'm a big Sam Howell guy. Like when I saw Sam Howell play since week 2, I said week 2. The Commanders have their quarterback for the next at least 5 years. They found their next Kirk Cousins. So forget I said the Commanders. That's not true. I do think Eric Bieniemy though would be a good fit with Justin Fields, but just forget I said that. Let's pick a different team. Assuming Aaron Rodgers comes back, he'll be the quarterback for the Jets if he can stay healthy. Knock on wood. Arizona's got Kyler Murray. The Texans have a franchise quarterback. The Steelers. He will be a Steeler next year. Justin Fields will be a Steeler or a Falcon. I see a comment. I see right here. Falcons is great. Man, if the Falcons could land Justin Fields, they could. They're automatically my favorite to win the division, and I had them as my favorite this year with Riddler because of the amount of talent on that team. So, you add Justin Fields. Oh my God, who are you going to stop from running the football? Fields, Cordell Patterson, Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier. I mean, you have so many threats. They could. I think he could have kind of like a Jalen Hurts type of offense. A lot of RPO, a lot of option running with all these threats that need to be taken serious. And I think Atlanta would be a good fit. And I think I don't think he should go to the Patriots. I feel like it'll be the Bears all over again. But yeah, I'm gonna go Steelers or Falcons. 1st and 10, Zappy, depending on how he does, maybe he's the future. 1st and 10, I'm kidding. And ooh, it gets batted down, and then there's a flag on the play. We'll check on the flag. Check on the flag. What's the score? Wait, you guys don't see the score on my screen? Let me know if the score's not popping up. Freaking StreamYard might be not showing. Oh, okay. Score's up. Lil E. Score is 10-21. Steelers. Crafty likes my guess. Steelers. Very, very viable to me. I think that would be a great fit. I think him and Mike Tomlin would be a really good fresh start. 1st and 20 after the holding, they're going to throw a quick pass to Zeke, and Zeke is going to pick up like 9 yards, and it looks like Zeke has a little pep in his step today. I don't know if it's prime time. I'm not sure if he maybe visited the. He's got 63 receiving yards. Tyquan Thornton. Who the hell is Tyquan Thornton? I keep hearing his name, and I've never heard him. Tyquan Thornton. He's number 11 on the Patriots. Okay, good to know. 2nd and 12, and they'll hand it off to Zeke, and Zeke will pick up. Wow, he's having a good game. He's having a Dallas Cowboy type game. He picks up 4 yards right there. And shit, man. Seeing the way they're utilizing Zeke, I mean, he's got. I have to pick him up right now, and I don't know who to drop. I don't want to. I guess I'll drop T. Higgins. I mean, he's kind of asked this season. They have a backup quarterback now. Yeah, by T. Higgins, and uh, 3rd and 7, and the Steelers get a sack. So the Steelers get the sack, and we're already under 6 minutes left in the third. And it is the third quarter, little E, third quarter. He's got a comment highlighted. Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah, if I click on a comment, it replaces the score, and then when I unclick the comment, the score comes back up. So 5 minutes, 12 seconds left. Steelers really need to get some points on the board. Their defense does the job. They get the ball back, but if they don't score in this drive, I don't know how much faith you have. Let's see how much faith the world has. Let's go to the old Twitter world and feel the temperature of Steelers Nation. Go sit in the corner and put the bag back over your head, you ass clown. Yikes. Maybe I should read these first before I repeat them. Wait, why are you there if there are backup QBs playing? This game doesn't count, right? That's what you told FSU. And they're not attacking the NFL. They're attacking Kurt Herbstreit because he justified Florida State not getting in. And if you didn't see our segment, it was really, really, really good. And the thing is because Alabama beat Georgia and Texas won their game, they couldn't put Alabama in without putting Texas in because Alabama's loss came to Texas. So they had to put both in. And then they say, "Oh, we're not putting, a backup quarterback on national TV." But they have no problem putting Michigan in. And if you actually look at the numbers, Florida State outgained Michigan in the Big Ten championship. So Big Ten or the Iowa-Michigan game, Florida State had more yards against Louisville, a much better offense than Michigan had. So even with the backup, they had more yards offensively and defensively. They are the best defense in college football. It's definitely debatable, but you can make a serious case for it. I mean, the more you kind of dig into it, you realize that the SEC has their hands in ESPN's pockets, and it's just a shame. But in a couple of years, Florida State will be in the SEC, and this kind of stuff won't happen anymore. But for a Power Five school to go undefeated and win the ACC championship game, not get in, when you have two teams in, it's not like they have one loss and they didn't get in. They were undefeated, and you put in Texas and Alabama. It's BS, and people are still mad about it. Clearly through Twitter. 1st and 10, Trubisky, quick throw, and that one is going to be complete. George Pickens. Oh my gosh! Finally. George Pickens gets one. 2nd and 5. Who do I think is the Detroit Lions of the SEC? I guess Alabama. I would say Alabama. A lot of talent. Top 10 quarterback, but maybe not enough to get him a national championship. but I'm boycotting the playoffs. I'm only watching the Orange Bowl. Trubisky throwing, caught. And that is George Pickens again. Here we go, George Pickens. He found his guy, but now it's fourth down, so it doesn't matter. And the Steelers will have to punt it again, and the chess match continues. 4th and 3. Snap, punt, off. And man, Belichick. Not very, very good. You think Belichick gets fired? Belichick has a 0.2% chance of being fired. I love this. I love when they don't go to a commercial break. All right, it's gonna be handoff, couple yards there. Second and 3, another handoff to Zeke, and this time it will not be enough. So 3rd and 3 coming up. All right, this is a huge third down. Huge third down. And man, Belichick always has the same exact face no matter what. Trubisky just hoping he can get a chance. And they're going to run it with Zeke and pick up the first down. Oh my gosh. All right, comment time. Who do you, not modern, historic Detroit. Well, I mean, it changes, but this year, Texas A&M, Missouri. If the Pats make a late season surge with Zappy, it might save Belichick's job for one more year. Yeah, honestly, I think no matter what happens, Belichick will have the opportunity to stay. Oh my God, it's picked! And it's going 20. Zeke makes the tackle at the 15-yard line. No flags. No flags. And the Steelers have something to cheer about finally with 58 seconds left and 15 yards away from a touchdown. The Steelers make a play that brings them back into the game. I saw a FanDuel plus 500 or it was plus 900 for the Steelers to score a defensive touchdown. I didn't take it. I said, well, that's not so likely. It was bet $10 to win 90. I'm like, dude, that seems like a big gamble for $90. It should be you bet 10 for 900. Then I would have placed it, but doesn't matter. It doesn't get taken back. But there are thousands of people just now standing up, going, go, 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 and Zeke tackling him ended that. All right, Najee gets the handoff on first down. KC goes Steelers. KC's a huge Steeler fan. Probably our biggest Steelers fan we got besides Liam. Now, KC, if you guys don't know, KC's he's one of our our members, fans sounds weird. Subscribers, one of our members. I like members. He's one of our members that doesn't have a favorite team, but he has favorite players, and I love that. You don't have to deal with all the pain that comes with being let down all the time. You just get to enjoy the good parts of football. And it reminds me of this thing my uncle actually sent me. Um, he sent it on Monday. He must have known I was still upset about the Broncos game. And it was this guy going, don't the players don't care as much as you, like, so you're giving your money to them, and he was basically saying don't be emotionally connected to your team. And I was like, does this guy really think that we like wake up and actively choose our passions? Like, that's not how passions work. Like, your passions select you. Trubisky running, and he's got to slide down on 39. He's going to be short. What will the Steelers do? It's not going to be where he ended his slide. It's going to be where he brought himself down. It's a big decision, and we will have the whole commercial break to think about it. Fourth quarter coming up. The third quarter is over, and it ends on a high note for the Steelers. And man, Zappy's still mad about that pick. Can't relate. Sports gambling is illegal in my state. That's how it was in Washington. It was totally illegal. So let's see where mine's at. To win $900. Ooh, Elliott already did it. Hunter Henry already did it. Juju Smith already did it. Jalen Warren needs one more yard receiving. Firemouth needs 14. Pickens needs 32. And for the Patriots, Tyquan Thornton needs 9 more yards. And that all seems very, very possible to win $931. I mean, the most yards I need left is George Pickens, and he could easily get a couple 15-yard catches, and then that's done. Firemouth, 14 yards. Warren, 1. All right, let's go. I feel good about this fourth quarter. Steelers need to go for the touchdown, but do they? Because think about it. If they kick the field goal, it's an 8-point game, one possession game, and you have the entire fourth quarter to get that one score. So I'm not so sure that I would want to be aggressive. Like, I do understand like the urgency to score after your defense comes away with a takeaway, and I get all that, especially getting this close and settling for 3. But I just feel like if they go for it and don't get it, the consequences are at this point in the game. I think I just don't think the risk reward is there right now. I think the smart move is to kick the field goal, but I totally understand if Tomlin goes for it or anybody that is wanting them to go for it. And Nick, if it was a one possession game, I'd say go, but it's not. You go for it and you don't, you essentially risk losing the game. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Did somebody wait? Didn't Steelers need to go for the TD? Oh wait, here it is. I was like trying to figure out who asked that or said that. All right, 4th and 2. They're lining up. Let's see if they just try to hard count them. Ball snap. Trubisky looking pressure. He flips it to Warren. Warren short. I got my 1 yard. I got my 1 yard from Warren. I can live with that. But they should have kicked the field goal. I mean, just going like the way the game's gone, the Steelers haven't been good in short yardage situations. And not only was this a short yardage situation, but they were limited of field space because of where they're at. You know, oh my God, George Pickens is wide open too. George Pickens was wide open and he just is beside himself. I said that twice today. And that might be the ball game. We'll see. There's a whole fourth quarter ahead. If the Steelers can get a stop right here and get the ball back, they'll have good field position. And there's Thornton makes the catch. So now you just need 7 yards from Thornton. I like the last two plays going to my two guys. Let's hit Thornton one more time. All right, Steelers bringing pressure. Now they'll run it with Zeke, and Zeke picks up like 5. I mean, you're blitzing, and Zeke is still just picking up 5 yards. He's got to be averaging over 5 a carry, or maybe not, because a lot of his yards are receiving. But he is definitely getting I would say probably at least 4 yards a carry. 3rd and 2. Steelers need to get off the field. They're probably going to send a wide receiver to the flats and throw it real quick. 1, 2, 3. And no, he's holding it. Doesn't like what he sees. Pressure coming. Throwing it. Incomplete? Okay. So I couldn't tell by my angle. So here's the replay. So Zappy was running, trying to throw it. There it is. And, oh, my God, it was almost picked. That was nearly a pick. The punt blocked. Punt's blocked. Steelers are going to get it on the 25-yard line. The punt gets blocked. And it's not the offense. It's the defense and the special teams that is keeping the Steelers' hope alive. Steelers want to win more. Steelers want to win more. Now, they still have not scored in the second half, which I mentioned at halftime. I said they've scored 10 in their last 2 games, or they've lost 2 of their last 3, and in both of those losses, their offense only scored 10 points. They scored 10 against the Cardinals, and I forget who the other team was, but it was another. I think it was Cleveland. So 10 is the number that the Steelers have been stuck at for many weeks. All right, here we go. And they're going to run it, power run. And you're starting to feel the momentum shift here. The energy in the stadium, you can feel the shift. If the Steelers, and now look, I know that it's a dumb game to play because if they would have kicked the field goal, then the Steelers wouldn't have been backed up in their own territory, which goes into the thinking of going for it, is trusting your defense. Worst case scenario, they're all the way backed up. But how huge would those 3 points be in this situation? Under center, fakes the handoff, looking to throw, finds. Who's 80? Darnell Washington. I think he's a rookie. Wasn't he drafted from Georgia as well? Yes. And that's a good throw by Trubisky. Pressure was coming. He had to kind of throw it off his back foot, get some air under it to get it over the linebacker, and good catch from the rookie. First and goal, Steelers. And oh no. Oh my God. Listen to this crowd. I do not blame them. How the hell are you calling a timeout on first down at home? How is it taking that long to get the play in and repeat it? You cannot call a timeout when you're going to need those timeouts. Just check it to a run. That's what you guys do most of the time on first down anyway. Like how to call a timeout down 11 inside the red zone on first down. It's not third down where it's like, oh, this is a huge play. Like he didn't understand the play call. I don't think he understood the play. Nick, see, I can't tell who I want to win. It's better for Broncos, for New England to win. On the other hand, I kind of hate New England. Yeah, I I want New England to win because it's better for the Broncos, but I kind of want the Steelers to come back into it because I like a good football game. Trubisky, first down, throwing, bad throw, flag, Firemouth. Firemouth gets the flag, and that's going to put the ball on the 1 yard line. And now, whoever has got that Jalen Warren anytime touchdown, Najee Harris anytime touchdown, I think it's time for one of those two running backs to get in the end zone. Now, the Patriots have been pretty good in short yardage situations, but if the ball's on the 1 yard line, I think you got to run it. I think you got to run it. Firemouth, 14 yards receiving. George Pickens still with only 12 yards. All right. And they'll direct handoff, throw it. Oh my God, that was almost a disaster. Just run the fucking football. This is just like watching Denver in the red zone last year. You know what? It's ridiculous. You know they're playing the run, but you have Broderick Jones, one of the best O linemen in the running game. He happens to be a rookie. His numbers are ridiculous. See, I agree with Curb Street. All right, they'll do a QB sneak. Touchdown. So Trubisky is going to get in here. And the Steelers are going to go for two. And they're probably not going to get it because why would they? But let's not be negative. I'm going to say they get it. I'm going to say they get it. The momentum shift has happened. Maybe the Steelers are going to just start balling out. So I don't think they would run it, though. George Pickens. I'm going to say George Pickens gets it. And they're going to motion him in. And they will throw it. And they throw it. Caught. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Going for two makes it a field. Yep. I just didn't think they would get it because they've been terrible in those short yard situations. But hey, maybe the tide is turning. Maybe the tide is turning. Now, if they had kicked that field goal, it'd be a tie game. But we can't play that game because, like I said, they wouldn't have been backed up. But it was a great drive. They capitalized on the block punt. It's a 3-point game, and all of a sudden, the Steelers they get it? Can they score? Fire move. See what this defense can muster. Pittsburgh Steelers 12th drive. Coming up. New England having a pretty solid game compared to what they've been doing all season long. Man, I just can't believe that the Steelers are getting back into this game. And Deontay Johnson and George Pickens are combined for 37 yards. To me, that is very surprising. It's been good field position and penalties that have put them in this situation. Not necessarily their offense clicking again. That's why I had no faith in the 2-point conversion because it's not like they got themselves down there with good offense. And Liam, Steelers coming back into it, buddy. Terrible towel is being waved by a famous person that I don't know. Cameraman didn't, or the production crew didn't take the name. Look at this crowd. Now I bet they put something on the big screen that's like wave those towels or something. Seeing all these towels, and crowd is into it. Crowd is into it now. Woo, the win probability before the block punt was 14.8%. After the block punt, 33%. After the score, oh, it's still only at 33%. I think that should be a little higher. I think it should be like 40%. And let's see, Thornton. I want Thornton. And he will throw it to Zeke, and Zeke picks up 8 yards. Oh, good spot. They're going to say 10 yards. I think it's going to be another first down. No, they're going to say 2nd and inches. 2nd and inches, 11-22. Bailey Zappi started off super hot, but only 4 completions in the second half. Maybe a QB sneak coming. Nope, they'll hand it off, and Zeke will pick up. He'll pick up the inch. To top this game, it's Raiders versus Chargers on. See, I can handle that game though. I can handle that game because the Justin Herbert. I think that shutout or 6 points. I don't think that's going to happen again. I think the Chargers just play down to their competition, and so do the Patriots. So I think you had 2 teams that just didn't know how to win because both teams suck. Ooh, a run to Elliott, and they're going to maybe lose a yard, and there's TJ Watt making an appearance. He's been pretty, I don't want to say quiet, but we haven't talked about him much today. And he can disrupt the game, and the Patriots have done a good job of limiting the impact he's made in this game so far. 2nd and 11. And a throw coming up. Now he's going to tuck it and run, and he goes down for I thought that could have been a flag on the Steelers because he was down, and then somebody kind of just hit him after he was down. We see those flags all the time when it's Mahomes, but Trubisky, not the kind of quarterback, or Zappy, not the kind of quarterback to get those calls. Everybody's standing on their feet to see what happens on this 3rd and 10. Steelers look like they're sending pressure. They are. Quick throw. And he's going to be short. And it's going to be inches again. All right, the Patriots will punt it. So I like this by Bill Belichick. Like, the Steelers have not driven down the field. They capitalized on a block punt. Let's punt the ball. Let's get a good punt. Let's pin them inside the 10-yard line, and let's make the Steelers have to drive down. Let's see if this punt can get off clean. It does, and this is going to be way too deep. He kicked it into the end zone. Bad punt, and here comes Mitch Trubisky, down 3, 8:24 left. A field goal will tie the game at 21 apiece. Ooh, this is about to get good. This is about to get good. Chargers, Raiders about to be 3-0. Oh, no way. It won't be that bad. It won't be that bad. I should have went with first half, the Patriots exposed the Steelers linebacker. Second half, they completely go away from it. Got to make you think it is tanking, or is Bill just that clueless? 12 left, and Bill has been a complete dud. Man, everybody always says that everyone's tanking, but if you really keep track of everybody that thinks everyone's either tanking or rigging a game or gambling on a game, whatever, it wouldn't leave anyone left that's trying to win. There's no way everyone's just, trying to lose. There was a Steeler fan earlier that said that the Steelers were trying not to win. Look, everyone's trying to win. Some teams are just not very good. Some teams are very good but have a very bad game. And sometimes a very bad team has a very good game. That's why we love the NFL. Any given Sunday, you don't always have to have some subliminal conspiracy explanation for the fact that the NFL is the ultimate wild card. It's an unexplainable sport. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes what we think will happen happens. And sometimes we're way off. And that's why companies make millions of dollars a day off of people gambling. Because it's not predictable. If it was predictable, all of those companies would lose all of their money. I mean, you got people betting on the coin toss of an opening game. That's not even about football. You know what I mean? How are you going to bet on a coin toss? It's nothing. I mean, you might as well just go buy a scratcher. You're not even betting on players at that point. All right, here we go. Mitch Trubisky. Teams rarely think since losing in the NFL gets you as a head coach fired. Yeah. That's the other thing. Everybody's playing for their job, you know? Second and 5, going under 8 minutes. Steelers need to at least get in field goal range. I think they should try to go. I'm not saying they have to go no huddle, but they should definitely pick up the pace a little bit, and I think they are. And they try to throw a dump off, and oh my God, that ball That was a dangerous dude, Trubisky. Trubisky, just don't do that, man. Whatever you do, do not just throw another interception right now. It was a low snap, kind of threw the whole play off, and the running back wasn't even looking for the ball. Oh my God, almost picked off by 23. 3rd and 5, all of a sudden, this is a big one. Trubisky in shotgun. Trubisky looking, time, throwing it, caught. I think it's going to be marked short. The official's marking it short. Just run up and QB sneak it. It's an inch. If you can't get an inch on a QB sneak, you just got a touchdown with Trubisky. Why are they punting it? Just go for it's a QB sneak. Now they have to call a timeout. By the way, this is terrible coaching by Mike Tomlin. When 3rd down happens as a head coach, based on where you're at on the field, you know, hey, if it's short, if it's inches, the punt team's going out. You make that decision before the play. They're sitting there trying to make a decision in real time, and then they don't even have time to run the punt team on. I'm sorry, but Mike Tomlin's a great coach, but he needs to be way more prepared. You can't just waste your time out. What if the Patriots start running the clock out and you have no way to stop the clock? Now the offense is going to stay on anyway. Oh my gosh. I swear. And Trubisky QB sneak. Why didn't we just run up and do that and not call a timeout and waste 40 seconds? Have you seen the old Trubisky tweets? I have not. Not seen the tweets. I mean, is there like a specific one or just like in general? All right, shotgun, Trubisky. Gonna throw it in Pickens. Who is yeah, that's Pickens. Awesome. George Pickens and Fearmouth. All right, 9 more yards from Fearmouth. 25 yards for George Pickens. Let's go, baby! Get it! Pickens again. Did he gain 1? 3rd and 3, clock running. And they gotta move. They gotta move. Oh man. Pickens or Fearmouth. Pickens or Fearmouth. Pickens or Fearmouth. 3rd and 3. Trubisky looking to throw. He threw it away. And now the Steelers have to punt it. And the worst part about this, guys, is the amount of time that the Steelers took to ultimately punt the ball back. Especially if you're burning your timeouts. Oh my gosh! The Steelers are going to get to stay on because of an offsides. In offsides, they do a hard count on the punt. And Bill Belichick is going to have nightmares about this. Oh no, it's on the offense. What? I'm a little bit confused. So he did jump. I was gonna say, if it's on the center for moving his head, I get that. The Steelers haven't had a single penalty tonight. I did not realize that. So now they will punt it. And this one will be no, it's a fair catch. And now the Patriots, if they pick up 2 first downs, the game's over pretty much. I mean, you got 1 timeout and a 2-minute warning. Zeke's been getting like 4 yards a carry. So if the Steelers or the Patriots take their time and pick up a couple first downs, that's it. You are you're trusting your defense to come up with a big stop here. Okay. First down the hard way, and they took it off. That was crazy. And then they brought in the expert, and the expert ends up explaining something, and then they're like, the punt is off, and we'll see if he explains it when we come back from the commercial break. But man, Trubisky has 123 passing yards on the day. Zappy's got 240. Mm, I don't think anybody could have predicted the Steelers would be playing from behind. Um, but that's what's happened here. So I'm cheering for the Steelers to defensively get a stop, and I want them to kick a field goal. I think this game's going to go to overtime. I really do. I think the Steelers are going to get in field goal range, and the fact that their kicker's already made one from 56, I think he's probably feeling himself. He's probably feeling real good about game tying field goal. That's going to be my prediction because that's what I want to happen. No, LOL. Probably at all of it. It might be Mitch Trubisky's passing yards. Um, Casey, sorry I didn't see the full start. Very confusing. No, I between the flag, the crowd, and the punter celebrating, I was right there with you. Okay, here's Terry. Okay, Terry's like, I don't see any quick and abrupt movement before the snap. It should have been on the defense. These refs fucking suck this year. And they'll run it with Zeke, and he'll pick up 3. These refs are ass. I mean, do you just see like the end of the Packers game on Sunday? The Packers legally hit Mahomes inbounds while Mahomes was not trying to go out of bounds while he was trying to get a first down, and they call unnecessary roughness inbounds, a legal hit, the way the NFL wants you to hit, 15 yards. Then the terrible PI that didn't get called. I'm not even talking about the Hail Mary one. That one I could get, but the other one, the holding penalty in the Jags game on the bomb to Calvin Ridley was a total garbage ass call, and that ended up changing the entire game because the Jags were going to win that game because of that play. You look at the holding and you don't even see it. The refs are. I always say a good umpire goes essentially goes totally unnoticed. And these umpires are really, really kind of manipulating the outcome of these games. And they're just bad calls. They need to be able to correct themselves. That needs to be allowed. And they're going to run it on 3rd and 2, and they're going to be short. So let's see. If I'm the Steelers, I might fuck around and just call this timeout right now because you know they're going to take 40 off. I would call it now. Give me the ball back with 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I don't want the ball back with 1 timeout and 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Because I know that when my offense is on the field, we're not going to use the entire play clock. So the most value, I believe the most value you could have got from that timeout was immediately after that run. Let's watch out for the fake. All right. Punt is off clean. And 244. It was a clean hit on Mahomes, and PI was making up for it. Exactly. No, I mean, look, there. I was watching a basketball game on Tuesday. Yeah, that was Tuesday night. The Lakers and the Suns, and the winner gets a trip to Las Vegas. And the Lakers, you know, they were up. I think at the time they were up 2, and the Lakers call a timeout because the Suns player was stealing the inbounds pass, and he had an easy layup. So the Lakers end up getting a timeout called, which you have to have possession of the basketball in order to call the timeout. But the ref couldn't see that nobody had the ball. So although the Suns stole the basketball and passed it to a guy to make a layup, the ref blew a whistle and said that LeBron called the timeout. But when you look at the replay, the ball was on the ground when the timeout was called. The refs need to be able in any sport to say, I fucked up and make it right. I don't like how it's like, yeah, you're right. We were wrong, but there's nothing we can do about it. That's dumb. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Trubisky looking, throwing over to Najee Harris. And Najee picks up a couple. You're just not seeing Trubisky. You're not seeing Trubisky hit some of these better weapons, receiving weapons. It's either fire move or it's to the running back. Looking here, there we go, taking a shot way over the head. And that was intended for Deontay Johnson. Two minutes and 9 seconds, clock frozen. It's like they're finally, I mean, at least he intended the ball, intended the pass for Deontay Johnson. You need to get those guys involved. This is the time right now. George Pickens, Deontay Johnson. Those are your 2 guys. Quick throw to, all right, there's Deontay Johnson. Quick throw. It'll be 3rd and 1. He got out of bounds, stops the clock. You still have the 2-minute warning in 5 seconds. The XFL unironically had better refs. The XFL, oh man. I saw a YouTube show the other day of this bikini football league. It's like a bunch of women playing tackle football, but in bikinis. And I was like, how did this never take off? It was crazy. There were some tough bitches because they had no helmet or nothing. It was insane. Oh my God, Trubisky just. Why does he keep throwing it so high? His last two of his last 3 have been just like super fast, way over the head. You can almost feel the anxiety in the throw. You guys ever notice that with like Trubisky or just bottom tier quarterbacks? Is like they throw the ball and the football channels all of their anxiety. Like when Mahomes throws it, it's just like, oh, these balls are anxious. 4th and 2, game on the line, taking a shot downfield. Incomplete. No flag. No flag. I don't know why. It's 4th and 2. Why are you taking a shot like that on 4th and 2? I didn't want it to end like that. I did not want it to end like that. We need a Mitch montage. A montage of Mitch doing what? Like being upset, disappointed, confused, all that, or highlight a highlight montage. Matt Canada be like, "Miss me yet?" Who are you throwing that ball? Bad play calling for the Steelers. Mitch lowlights. Gonna go eat. Catch y'all later. All right, Bill. Thank you for coming in. Enjoy your food. Oh man, that is just a brutal way to lose a game, and we'll check on the Steelers. Wouldn't matter. Steelers think a creative play call is running up the left side A gap instead of the right side A gap. At one of the best run stopping defenses in the NFL. 4th and 2, let's just throw a jump ball 40 yards downfield. What the fuck are we doing? Mitch can't make a throw 5 yards deep, but you expect him to make a throw on 4th and 2 for 50 yards? Shit play calling. Steelers deserve to be fired, all of them. I'm disgusted at tonight's performance. Steelers coaching staff is a joke. Leaving in that horrible MF. I really enjoyed that Patriots game. It's always good to beat the Steelers. We own their ass, even when we suck. Still in line for a good draft pick. Assuming the entire coaching staff of the Steelers forgot who was playing quarterback and the game situation with those last two play calls, two QB sneaks would have been better calls. One timeout. Oh, weren't we talking about how much those timeouts were going to matter? But no, on first down, coming out of the third quarter, you called the timeout. Yeah, the whole quarter. Who came first? False start. That'll definitely help out the Patriots a little bit here. Somebody make Mitch, but every time he overthrows the ball, the video speeds up. Yeah, that video will break the speed of light by the time it's done. And a run and a timeout, I would imagine. There's the final timeout. So now it's 2nd and 13. They're going to have like 20 seconds. You're really just at this point, man, if you had your 3 timeouts, I mean, you could get the ball back with a minute and a half, but that's why those timeouts are so frustrating. It's because it's not about that moment in the game. It's later in a game like this that those timeouts are the difference between winning and losing. And you're burning them. You're not even the road team. Your offense is on the field. You're at home. It's first down. You're burning timeouts. It's terrible. 2nd and 13. Handoff to Zeke, and Zeke is going to. The game is over. Zeke picks up 14 yards, and that's the ball game. There will be no punt. There will be no more timeouts, and that is your ball game. The Patriots have upset the New England Patriots with a final score of 21-18. Wow. What a freaking disgusting. Wait a minute. Play is under official review. All right. Well, this is the last saving grace for the Steelers. All they are just hoping. Oh, he might be short. He might be short. Uh-oh. I mean, look, you still gave up 13 yards on 2nd and 13 in a clear running situation. Everybody knows that the Patriots are running the ball, and you still gave up 13 yards rushing. I thought the defense is what was good about this Steelers team. They can't even get off the field. I mean, they're gonna need to make up for that and get a TFL here. And the refs looking at the Microsoft Excel sheet. Let's see what the odds are for the Steelers to win. Right now, oh, they locked it out. They locked it. All right, so it's going to be marked short. Clock's going to go to 1:46, and on his whistle, all right. And you'll probably get a QB sneak from Zappy here. And assuming he picks it up because it's an inch, this will be ball game. You got to put TJ Watt just right in the middle. Don't even have him on the edge. You need all your best players. Here we go. This is the biggest third down of the game. Biggest third down of the game. And the Patriots will run this all the way down and call timeout. So we're not even going to have a third down snap until this play clock winds all the way down and we come back from timeout. And then we're going to get a Zappy QB sneak. I don't know if they would even take a chance of turning around and handing it off and potentially losing that yard. I think you're going to get Zappy with a QB sneak. And like Casey said, there's still a 0.8% chance for the Steelers. Amazing. Is that the actual percentage on ESPN? I know ESPN, I think, is the ones that do that. All right, 3rd and inches, 107, and New England huddled up for maybe the entire playoffs on the line here. And they do look like the QB sneak is coming. I don't think he got it. He did not get it. They're gonna have to punt it. New England has one more timeout. Holy crap, guys. New England has one more timeout, so they can run this all the way down to like 30 seconds. This is crazy. What if the Steelers? Wow. And what a great job by the Steelers. I mean they did give up 12 yards. So They're going to run the clock all the way down to 20 seconds and call a timeout. And then I would imagine the punt is going to be not returned. It's going to go out of bounds. And by the time all that happens, there might only be 10 seconds, guys. They call me the Pittsburgh Steelers because I can't manage time. Even though Zappy is a better QB than Mac. His second half performance is the reason there's still a QB competition in New England. Couldn't agree more. Wait, actually.
Can't agree more.
Can't agree more. All right, here we go. 4th and inches. Snap and punt. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. So you're saying there's a chance. And man, I wonder how many people after that run by Zeke left the stadium. You definitely need whoever catches this ball, assuming it can get caught. You need that person to go out of bounds. And New England is going to be playing the sidelines here. Snap. Trubisky looking, throwing downfield. Caught in Deontay Johnson. Wow. Holy ball sack. All right. Here we go. 7 seconds. 7 seconds. And looking, firing, middle of the field. And that's game. Well, we did get an ending. We did get something better than Zeke running it for a first down. But that is our ball game. The New England Patriots have upset the Pittsburgh Steelers. It sounds crazy to even say it. But the Steelers came out with Trubisky, right? No Kenny Pickett, and they just weren't able to get much going. Their one score did come from, or they had a George Pickens touchdown, I believe, or no, that was Deontay Johnson, 25-yard reception. And then the block punt led to another touchdown. It was really the pass interference in the end zone that got him that other one. It went for 2, and they got a field goal. But for the most part, the Steelers haven't been playing well, and they lose another one. They have lost 2 of their last 3. Like I said, they lost to Arizona, and now they lose to the Patriots. So losing to a 2-win team on back-to-back weeks, it is not a good time to be a Steelers fan. And for Adam Schefter, he said the final in Pittsburgh, 21-18. Pittsburgh wins in back-to-back home games 5 days apart. The Steelers lose to the 3-10 Patriots and the 3-10 Cardinals. The Steelers now stand at 7-6. Somehow you feel like that winning season stuff is still going to happen for Mike Tomlin, but I think it's going to be 9-8. But it may be 8-9. So we also got 10 likes. Let's go, baby. Appreciate all y'all for liking this. Please like it if you haven't. Jinjo, what's up, boys? Fucking had to work over and just got back literally right at the end. Looks like it was a competitive game at least. Yeah, man, it was a good competitive game. It was also exactly what you would have expected, probably. The Patriots scored 21 points. pretty early in this game, and then never got another point. And the Steelers kind of crawled back into the game off of a block punt and some penalties. But in the end, they couldn't stop Zeke. They couldn't get the ball back. Trubisky wasn't good with, getting the plays out of the huddle, so they had to burn timeouts, and they couldn't stop the clock. And there's just a lot wrong with the Steelers right now, and most of it's on the offensive side of the ball. And even some of this is Mike Tomlin's fault, calling timeouts at home. There was a point in the game where it was, I think, 3rd and 10, and they got 9 yards, but Tomlin spent 20 seconds trying to figure out if he was going to go for it or not. And then he had to burn another timeout, and then he did decide to go for it. And I was saying those are decisions that need to be made before 3rd down happens. Hey, if it's 4th and 2 or less, we're going for it. If not, we're punting it. Instead, he seemed like he wasn't even prepared for that scenario. And there was just a lot of kind of that type of coaching shit going on. Crafty Southpaw says karma for all the lucky breaks Steelers got earlier in the season. Hopefully we can see an exciting team make the playoffs in their place. Couldn't agree more. There's got to be, there's got to be a time in this is what I worried about with Denver, getting 5 turnovers a game. I was like, well, what's going to happen when you don't do that? And they lost. You need to, I hope that the playoff teams aren't fluke teams. Sometimes teams get in because of strength of schedule. Sometimes they're just the luckiest team in the NFL. And a lot of times the records are very misleading. There's actually a metric that professional bettors have that gauges the luckiest teams in the NFL based on, the bounce of the football, turnovers, all that kind of stuff. And through week 6, the Eagles were actually the luckiest team in the league, and their record reflected that. All those close wins and all that. And now you see them get crushed by the 49ers. I think this is the time of year where luck isn't enough anymore. And if you've been riding luck, it's about to run out. Eventually, you really have to be a good football team to get to 10 wins. And I think the entire AFC North is going to fall. Cleveland is about to start falling. The Steelers are going to start falling. I think the Ravens are going to start losing. They'll still win their division. And then the Bengals are kind of a wild card because Jake Browning had such a freaking good game that, we're just kind of pausing the Bengals conversations until they play, who do they play? They play the Rams, which is another team fighting for a playoff spot. Plenty of great football ahead. It's going to be a fantastic week. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. And let me see something before I let you go. Real quick. Sorry, I had to text Rick real quick. I wanted to make sure he's dealing with something, some personal stuff real quick. So I'm gonna get with him. I'm gonna give him a call. Everything's good. I just want to make sure if we are doing our predictions, then I let you know that. But I'll get with him, and if we have to move the predictions to tomorrow night, I'll definitely post it on a short and stuff like that. Crafty Southpaw, maybe Matt Canada wasn't the problem after all, and I think they'll say the same thing with Belichick. Everyone wants to fire Belichick. Get Belichick with this draft pick, get Belichick a top quarterback, and Belichick needs to bring in an offensive guru, somebody that is, a proven winner. And honestly, Bill O'Brien might even be that guy. Bill O'Brien has a fantastic track record. At the end of the day, you can only do so much with what you have. Okay. And there's a very good chance that the Steelers' problem is the same as the Patriots' problem, and it's a talent problem at the quarterback position. If the Steelers, I think that's what Belichick needs before you can really justify firing him. I think you need to give him a talented young quarterback somebody that, no offense to Kenny Pickett, but somebody more talented. I'm basically saying the same thing. Somebody like more talented even than Mac Jones. And then if it's, not getting better, then I think you fire Bill Belichick. And, I think Mike Tomlin is going to potentially start getting mentioned in the same way. The only reason he's safe is because they've had winning seasons every year since he's taken over. And he is a very, very, very respectful, highly respected coach. And he just really cares for his players more than, a typical coach. You hear stories about him and Ryan Clark wanting to go into a game and Mike Tomlin, keeping him out of a game to protect him and telling him that, this is just a game, you have your whole life. He's like a very, very great leader. But when things aren't going well, people turn on you quick. It only took how many years for Belichick to fire Belichick, fire. And I'm not saying you guys are wrong, because every 10-year does come to an end. Andy Reid had to leave Philly. I get all that, but and it's not my team, but from the outside looking in, I think they got to roll with a new quarterback with Belichick and see how Belichick does with, somebody that is going to, like the North Carolina dude, Drake May, Caleb Williams, even the Oregon quarterback, Nix. I'm blanking on his name. We mostly do NFL here, but there's plenty of good quarterbacks coming into this draft. Belichick needs one, and it looks like the Steelers might too. I don't think that after this season anybody's married to Kenny Pickett, and of course not Mitchell Trubisky. That ending felt like every Chargers game ever. The biggest winner tonight was the Texans. Oh, I hate to hear that, but you know what? I'm not even viewing the Texans as a threat to Denver's playoffs anymore, because I've already accepted the Texans and the Jaguars are going to be in the spot ahead. There's no way the Jags or Texans miss the playoffs, in my opinion. Ginger said definitely benefited us in Denver too. Yep, Colts and Broncos both needed that. Steelers continue to tumble. And if the Browns and Bengals starting quarterbacks could have actually stayed healthy, either one would be a Super Bowl threat. Yeah, totally agree. I had the Browns in my top 5 for most of the season. Belichick needs to bring in new young coordinators instead of rotating the same old coaches. Yes. And I do think if Belichick wants to stay, there needs to be some, I'm not saying just let Belichick do whatever he wants. Belichick has to do what Nick Saban did. Saban used to use fear as a tactic. He was a hard, old school, hard ass type of coach. And in an interview on the Pat McAfee show, he talked about last year how, because this is a different generation of kids growing up, that he needed to find a way to lead them. And he found that he needed to have a relationship with them and he needed to care for them. And he pivoted. And look at just 1 year later, Alabama's in the playoffs. They shouldn't be, but they're in the playoffs. That's debatable. But look at Nick Saban learning, okay, yes, I have to adapt in order to succeed for another decade or so. And I think that is what Belichick needs to do at the end of the season. He needs to adapt in everything he said. Younger coordinators, the guys that are just there because Belichick wants them, he's going to have to evaluate them, because if he doesn't, he will be the one that is gone and his whole crew is going with him. There's no way I would fire Belichick already. I mean, people may be just be able to scheme better now against him, but he didn't forget how to coach. I watched him assemble super defenses forever. Yes, he is great at game planning too. I think you're spot on. He just needs a good young quarterback with Bill O'Brien. We'll be able to take care of him while Belichick manages everything else. Yes. We're definitely on the same page right there. But I do know that Rusty is a Patriots fan, and he is kind of on the other side with it, and he's like, the Patriots will not improve until Belichick's fired. But yeah, a lot of opinions flying around, especially when you're losing games, a lot of passion. But I'm so freaking excited for Sunday. Real quick, I'm gonna give you the updated playoff picture after that loss and see if there was any adjustments. And here we go. We got the Steelers out of the playoffs. The Steelers have dropped to the number 8 seed. The Colts are at 7. Texans that's weird. Oh, the Colts and Texans are both tied, but the Colts are ranked ahead. Okay. It's weird because it says on the bubble, Steelers 8. But in the playoff picture, they have 2 7s, which can't happen. So either the Colts or Texans should be on the bubble. Instead, they have it built where there's 8 playoff teams, which isn't a thing. But regardless, Miami's the number 1 seed. Baltimore's number 2. Baltimore is going to start losing. Their next couple games are brutal. Last time we saw them, they were struggling with the Chargers. The Chiefs, I think they're going to win out. I think they're going to win out and end up being a number 1 seed somehow. Because I think the Dolphins are going to lose only one more game. I think it's going to be the Cowboys. And that will mean that the Chiefs and Dolphins are going to have the same record at the end of the season with 4 losses. And the Chiefs already beat the Dolphins in Germany. So the Chiefs would have home field advantage. And we're all going to be like, how the hell did that happen with the type of year they had? Jacksonville, unfortunately, they don't have Trevor Lawrence. I think they may be able to beat the Browns, but I'm sure they're going to lose a couple of games. I think the Texans end up winning the AFC South. The Jaguars fall to number 6. And then number 7 will be a battle between the Colts and the Broncos. And I hate that for me and Jinja. Of course, the Bengals are right there in the mix too. And like I said, Jake Browning had a good enough game for us to be like, hold on a second. And the Bills, if the Bills can win against the Chiefs, that is kind of like, all right, the Bills are because they're 6-6 as well. I mean, even the Chargers, if they beat Denver, they'll be 6-7. Denver will be 6-7. I mean, and the Bengals are playing the Colts, so this is all going to get a lot different depending on what happens on Sunday. But I hate that for me and Jinja because I always like to cheer for y'all's teams, and it does feel like a little bit I'm like rooting against the Colts, but I'm sure Jinja's doing the same thing. Crafty Southpaw said Colts have a tiebreaker victory over the Texans. I know that, but I don't think that I think the Texans are going to finish the season with more wins than the Colts, so I don't think it'll come down to a tiebreaker. They are tied for second in the division. On Wikipedia, it's 5 Browns, 6 Colts, and 7 Texans. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, because that's what's going on here. There's no 5. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 7. So I'm not sure why there's no 5 right now, but I do. I think Jacksonville probably beats Cleveland with Joe Flacco. And then Cleveland will be 7-6. It's that time of the season. I think Browns, Steelers are going to start losing. And in a way, the Broncos and Colts control their own destiny. If Denver and the Colts, if Denver loses one more game and wins the other 3, or other 4, Denver has an 82% chance of making the playoffs. I watched a video where they use like 1,000 different simulated, different simulations, and they all agree Denver can only lose one more game, but if they win the rest, there's a great chance that they get in.
because they're playing the Chargers twice, the Raiders, the Patriots. That one loss would hopefully, if there's only one loss we can afford, hopefully it's the Lions. But yeah, I think Broncos and Colts are gonna come down to the wire. But I'm not ready to throw away Bengals Bills. Not after that game they had. If the Chiefs can beat the Bills, it's kind of complicated because if the Chiefs lose, they're going to be 8-5, and all of a sudden Denver would only be one game behind Kansas City, but the Bills would be a threat to take our wild card spot. So I don't really know who I'm cheering for in this game, because I'm so accustomed to just cheering for all the teams in the hunt to lose that I'm not even thinking about the possibility of winning the division. But that's because I've seen the Chiefs' remaining schedule. And I think if they do lose this game somehow, it will be their only loss for the rest of the year. So I'm cheering for Kansas City. Wow. I want the Bills to lose. It sounds terrible coming out. Let me see. All right, I respect that son of a bitch too much to get rid of him already. Basically, him and Rex Ryan were the only ones that could handle Peyton Manning in the 2000s, well, along with the playoffs in general. Yeah, yep. Rex Ryan wants, let's go get a fucking snack. Crafty, not only is Lawrence hurt, but Kirk is expected to miss some time. Christian Kirk, yep. Jinja, it may be weird to say this, but I wouldn't be too disappointed if the Colts didn't make the playoffs. That just puts even more of a high expectations on Richardson, who is pretty well a rookie again. That's a great point. If this team makes the playoffs, but I do think Richardson is going to be a good quarterback. Like with Shane Steichen, doing what he's doing with Gardner Minshew, there's no reason that he can't do that with even more talent in him. But I totally know what you mean. You want your boy to be comfortable. Crafty says Bengals Colts is a big matchup this weekend. It is. That is a huge one, along with Jacksonville Cleveland and Broncos Chargers. All three of those games are going to change everything. I like high expectations for him to see what he's made of. But if he is the future, I hope he doesn't feel too much pressure to be great immediately. And yeah, and he went to Florida and they said he was a project. So he made a throw in the preseason that told me right away that he's not a project. I mean, if you just look at his highlights from what he has put on the film in the NFL, he's already shown that he is much further along than I think people thought he was, or he would have been drafted even higher. Jacksonville could lose out or get one win if Trevor stays out long term. Yeah, I don't know if they'll lose out just because they have a good team. And I thought that who's the backup that came in? I thought he did all right. Like he wasn't great, but he kind of held down the fort. But yeah, we'll find out, here shortly. I know that seems soft, but long-term, no, I totally get it. Is Flacco starting? I heard he was dropped back to the practice squad. Oh my God, one game? Rick was raving about Flacco. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, they could go with DTR or the other dude, but I don't know if it makes a difference. All three of them are not starting quarterbacks, and whoever gives them their best chance of winning is a gamble. Like the Jets, Trevor Siemian or Zach Wilson, or we'll go with whatever that third dude is that I can't even remember right now. Last year it was White. Anytime you're cycling through quarterbacks during the season, you definitely don't have anybody that is good enough to win. And Jin just said, I just really hope that they don't have 8 to 10 design run plays for him against next season, Crafty. Yeah, that is a lot of times what they do. They beat the crap out of these dual threat quarterbacks, and then all the fans go, "Oh, he's a running back. He's not a quarterback." And the players just, doing the play that was called. They don't really have a say in it. So But he is a beast running the football. So I do expect that he's going to do that, but I want to see him do that like when there's nothing downfield, just tuck it and run. I hope that they don't, wildcat it or anything like that. Like Jalen Hurts, you can have your designed runs, your tush push, all that, but Hurts is always looking to throw the ball. He's never trying to run the ball when he should be passing or anything like that. So, can't wait. I hope I see all you guys in here on Sunday. Sunday football is going to be very important for the playoff picture. We talked about the AFC. The Eagles and Cowboys are playing. That could potentially switch up the number 1 seed. In the NFC, a very good team is going to end up as a wild card team. And then the Lions are playing the Bears. I don't see a change there. And then the 49ers are playing the Seahawks again. They just played them 2 weeks ago and crushed them. I don't think it'll be any different. Atlanta's playing the Buccaneers. That is a huge game for the NFC South. Buccaneers right now on the outside looking in, but with a win would tie Atlanta. Both teams would be 6-7. And then Vikings, they are playing the Raiders, and they're 6-6, and they have not been winning. And the Packers, by the way, if you haven't looked up the Packers' remaining schedule, I don't think the Packers are going to lose again. So the Packers, I've already locked them in the playoffs. They're playing teams, they're playing like the Giants, Browns, Tampa, all these terrible teams that I just don't. The Packers are rolling right now, and I think they've officially turned that page, and Jordan Love is the future. The Rams are the other team that is fighting, and I think Seattle and the Rams are the only 2 teams that can take the number 7 spot. So the Ravens is a much tougher matchup for the Rams than the Seahawks and 49ers. The good news for the Seahawks is probably Rams and the Seahawks lose. What you really want is the Vikings to start piling the losses so that they can get out of the playoffs. And because right now they're 6-6, but they're in the playoffs. So Vikings lose. I think the Packers continue to win. Rams and Seahawks, I think both lose and stay exactly put, going into next week. So AFC to me is a lot more fun than the NFC. I feel like I got a pretty good grasp on the NFC. Besides the NFC South, I'm pretty much like there's only one spot that I'm excited to see who gets. But the AFC is, take a screenshot. Every week it's changing. So it should be a lot of fun. You guys can follow me on Twitter at FTBLONLYPODCAST. And you can follow my partner in crime, Rick, at AndNowRick. And please tell your friends about the podcast. If you're having a good time, share it. Let people know that we exist. We continue to grow at a rate that is really, really just testament to everything that you guys are doing. All the love that you guys are pouring into the channel, the engagement. It's helping the algorithm of the channel, all the comments, everything. So really appreciate it. There's going to be some new production value stuff coming. Better, our YouTube page will look better and sharper than ever. So definitely stay tuned for that. Ooh, I meant X. You can follow me on X. I just wish it was a 2-syllable word. I could switch so much easier if they would have stayed consistent with the amount of syllables. But yeah, X. And Ginger said exactly. He averaged around 8 design runs a game when he was healthy. You're exactly right about just wanting him to run when the play breaks down and doesn't have anything downfield. Yeah, and that's really, Anthony Richardson, he might be a top 5 quarterback next year. I'm just saying. Glad to be along for the ride. Thank you guys for the good times and the knowledge. Too late. Account deleted. Oh, God, if that's true, then we're starting all over again. At least the YouTube channel is safe. Just don't let Google know that I said anything. And, yeah, thanks, guys, again. It was a good game, good upset by the Patriots. My stepbrother's a Patriots fan, so I'm going to hit him up, and he's in the Air Force. He just joined the military, so I'm sure that this game is going to cheer him up. I'm sure he's going through some training and stuff and needed something like this to happen. It's been a shit year for the Patriots. So congratulations to Pats fans. Congratulations to all of the Steelers fans that now know that they don't have a quarterback. Something to celebrate. And I will see you guys very, very soon. As always,